They're all very funny. The first one, I already said he's funny, so give it up for Matt Brown.
What more needs to be said? Oh, man. Guys have been having a problem recently. Maybe some of you can sympathize, help me out, whatever. I've noticed that every time I masturbate, as soon as I start to come, I have to turn my head away from the computer screen. Because I know as soon as I get the idiot juice out of my balls and I turn back into Dr. Jekyll, that I am going to be horrified by whatever Mr. Hyde has been up to on Pornhub. Holy shit, 3 dicks in 1 butt? I can't unsee this, guys. I guess what I'm trying to say is I've gotten very good lately at catching my own ejaculate and hitting Alt F4 at the same time. So I'm trying to help myself out there. Speaking of that old interwebs and what have you, I was reading an article the other day that featured some of the porno ladies before and after they put on their makeups, and I was like, oh, fascinating. I'm going to check this out. And I was amazed by not only the transformation that happened on screen, but also the transformation that happened right here, right in my heart. Because, like, the before shots were just some really busted up mug shots, guys. I was like, holy shit, these ladies fuck for a living? Okay. But then after they put on their beauty products, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Oh, you can all poop on my chest. That's fine. We don't even have to use the cellophane. That's how much I like you. And I was like, what happened right there? What went on right there? That's not what would naturally happen in the jungle. That's not what I would naturally be attracted to if I was a natural monkey boy to a natural monkey girl. That's not what goes on there. Am I just a slave to makeup? If you put enough eyeliner on an orangutan, would I come on its tits? Is that the person I am? If somebody's just a little bit less than careful with their makeup bag at the zoo, suddenly I'm banned and I end up in prison? Hey buddy, what are you in here for? Well, you know how when you put a whole bunch of makeup on something, it makes you want to fuck it? Yeah, man, this is prison. Mic stand's heavy. Guys, do you remember the first time that you, like, decided to question authority, maybe do a little bit of critical thinking for yourself and not just accept what was handed to you as a child? I remember very distinctly when this happened to me for the first time. It happened in 4th grade. It's that special time in our lives when all of our bodies are on the threshold of change, and we had a hygienist that came in and just gave us a little talk about the things that were going to happen, and gave us a little bag of products like acne pads and a little deodorant and things like that to keep our young bodies from smelling like wide open ass. So there was this one girl in my class named Becky. There's always a fucking Becky, isn't there, guys? Well, Becky had just done everything and been everywhere and every summer me and my family go to Disney. We got it. You got a pool house on the moon. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, Becky gets her hands on this little bag of goodies, and she's like, oh man, I'm already such an adult. I already use deodorant all the time. And she pulls out that little speed stick and flips off the cap and starts smearing it across her face like a Vietnam sniper. And I was like, no, surely not. I wasn't exactly the extrovert then that I am now, and I just sat there in mute horror thinking, surely a hero will rise to the occasion. Someone will stop this. And no one did, and that was the first time I started to think that maybe God wasn't real. My suspicions would be confirmed about 2 weeks later whenever we, as a class, collectively read Where the Red Fern Grows out loud. Oh, I see. Not a lot of literati here. Well, let me hit the highlights for you, poet laureates. It's the heartwarming tale about a young boy from the Ozarks who works hard to save up all of his nickels and dimes so that he can buy 2 puppies of his very own. He trains the puppies and they go on adventures, raccoon hunting adventures in the woods. And then one night in the Ozarks, they're attacked by a cougar. She leaned out from behind the trees in her leopard print stilettos with a box of Virginia Slims and a bag of wine, and there was nothing they could do. And both the dogs died. They both died from a cougar attack? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. One of the dogs died from a cougar attack. The other dog like Atreyu horse from A Never-Ending Story, died of sadness. Alright kids, your homework for this evening is to go home and watch Old Yeller and The Yearling, and then write a 250-word essay about how everything you ever loved will die. Bring recess! Guys, thank you so much. My name is Matt Brown. Give it up for your host, Nick Porsche.